Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video for the John Candy Marathon. Got some Mellow Yellow here. This is a fun one. It's called It Came From Hollywood from 1982, and what it is, it's about 80 minutes where you see clips put together from various 50s sci-fi, monster, teen, also musicals that were silly or bad or funny and not on purpose funny. And you have Ed Wood films, you have stuff like The Incredible Shrinking Man, you have the, what's it called, the guy who's really tall, the Colossal Man, something of that nature. You have movies with gorillas in them, Robot Monster, Planet from Outer Space, Glenn or Glinda, movies that have killer brains in them, just all these real movies from the 50s that are, most of them are very silly and very crazy, and once in a while Dan Aykroyd or Gilda Radner or John Candy or Cheech and Chong will introduce it and sometimes even comment over it. In a way, this is sort of Mystery Science Theater 3000 before that was a thing. Now, when I say that, this is on YouTube, by the way, that's how I saw it. I don't have the film, I wish I did, but it was on YouTube. If you're going in this to see, well, no, if you're going to see John Candy and Cheech and Chong, it's still fun. They still do a fun job, some of the stuff they say, but these guys appear every once in a while. It's not like they do a full commentary from beginning to end. It's not like, oh, very frequently in it. It's once in a while they pop up, either to introduce a certain section that deals with troubled teenagers, or deals with brains, or deals with uh, getting high at the movies, which, movies of 50s that dealt with drugs, or gorillas. And then even when they start commenting, they comment like every once in a while. So if you go into this thinking you're going to see a lot of them, a lot of Cheech and Chong, a lot of John Candy, you may be disappointed. But if you go in to see a lot of very weird, funny, silly, laugh out loud scenes and snippets from those 50s films, and then every once in a while you get, oh nice, John Candy is introducing Ed Wood, and is talking about a little about Ed Wood and Ed Wood movies. That's pretty fun. Or Cheech and Chong making fun of big monster movies. That's really fun. And this was entertaining. This was a fun watch. I mean, the synopsis is popular comedians watching give comments about the worst and silliest films from Hollywood. But it makes it seem like they're commenting throughout the entire running time. They're not. It's every once in a while they pop up. And like I said, you have Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, John Candy, and Cheech and Chong. I will admit, you probably did not need Dan Aykroyd. I mean, I don't mind Dan Aykroyd, and he's very popular at this time. But I think it could have just been Gilda Radner. Well, honestly, it could have been just John Candy and Cheech and Chong because they were the best ones of the group. But, I mean, I could watch Dan Aykroyd and Gilda Radner. And Gilda Radner, she passed away very early, so it's nice to see some stuff with her in it. So, I'm fine with that. But I will say John Candy and Cheech and Chong, of those people, were the better ones. I mean, right from the get-go, when Tommy Chong is asking Cheech, what's this movie about, man? And Cheech goes, a bunch of crazy movies, like, put together, like The Incredible Shrinking Man versus the 50-Foot Woman. Then they try to get it on. And they show clips from, like, Plan 9 from Outer Space and such, and then cuts back to Tommy Chong and goes, I want my money back, man. They do a better job than I can. And You have Gilda Radner introduces gorillas, and once in a while she says something. Clips from films like Robot Monster. This one where it's like swiping these toy choppers. That's what they look like, and gives the middle finger. I don't know what movie that is, but it's a gorilla. Like I know it was like a cover for a book. I forget which book it was, but it actually gives a middle finger. It's like this is a giant gorilla just gave us the middle finger. So that's what I mean. You have some really funny clips from real movies. Dan Aykroyd introduces aliens. Does his Rod Serling impersonation, and then they just show clips from certain films that dealt with aliens from the 50s. Cheech and Chong, they have a segment about giants and tiny people, and when they introduce it, like Tommy Chong, he's buying all this fucking food because he's smoked before, so he just keeps buying all this candy. Let me have some milk duds. Let me have some of those. Let me have that. Let me have popcorn. And then like the woman rolls back. No, no, I want both of them. You know, give it popcorn. Oh no, that's a baby size. Come on, that's a baby. You got a daddy size? Oh, you got one bigger than this? I love Cheech and Chong. I want to review their movies sometime. Uh, my favorites are Up and Smoking next movie. I like Nice Dreams. I do like Still Smoking. I like Things Are Tough Over. But my favorites are Up and Smoke and next movie. Don't care for the Corsadian brothers at all. But and I saw bits of their animated movie on YouTube. It looked awful, sadly, and I know they have done reunion stuff, but it's not quite the same as the young Cheech and Chong in their prime. And I just love seeing them in this. It was a lot of fun. And once in a while, when they say a comment, it was pretty damn funny. Like the Incredible Shrinking Man, there's a cat going after a little guy this big, and Cheech says like, "Yeah, that's the first time a guy's been eaten by a pussy, man." Or when it's the colossal guy and he does, "I don't want to grow anymore," and then Tommy Chong goes, "Yeah, except maybe some hair," because the guy's bald. I don't go give them all away, but some pretty funny stuff. John Candy introduces Ed Wood, and he doesn't. He kind of narrates through it, which was cool, and it's just fun having John Candy talk about Ed Wood, and he talks about watch this guy pick up his script and read it, and it's a scene from Plan 9 from Outer Space. I like another for Glenn and Glenda, and this bit was funny with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy on screen, and they talk about, hey, let's do a remake. That's what I was thinking. I just thought that was funny considering all the remake of craze of today. I thought watching that now made me laugh more than probably would have when this film came out. But that was a fun scene. Gilda Radner introduces musical memories, including one that I saw that made my fucking mouth drop. And like, this is a real movie? It's a fucking musical where everyone is in blackface. It's in heaven. And I mean everyone, including the kids, are all in blackface. And I'm watching, and I went, like, this, what? What the fuck? Like, everyone, including the kids, are in blackface. It's supposed to take place in heaven. And they're taught. So, that's what I mean. I mean, it's crazy, but it's like, holy shit, that was a real thing. Uh, John Candy introduced some more stuff, and you have some clips like "I Married a Monster from Outer Space," and then a really random. No one comments on this, which is sad. I kind of wish someone did, whether to explain or just for fun. But Black Belt Jones, I'm like, Black Belt Jones. It was so random. There was no other films before it said like Black Bill. I'm like, what the hell? Why is Black Bill Jones? I wish someone had commented on it, whether it be John Candy or Cheech and Chong. They just have Black Bill Jones, and granted, I haven't seen the entire film. I've seen the clips. It looks very silly and funny, but I, I wish someone had commented on that one. Dan Aykroyd introduces one about troubled teenagers. That's one where I did not like Dan Aykroyd because he's trying to do this tough guy accent. Just doesn't work. But the clips, that was, of all the little sections, that was the one I didn't care for, to be honest. That could have been taken out. But then it's back to Cheech and Chong, and like this one guy with a big afro sits in front of Cheech, and he doesn't notice it yet, so he's like, oh wow, it's an eclipse. Oh hey. And then he gets the guy to move, hey, someone barfed in that seat, man. And gets to the move. And then these two hot chicks, these hot women sit in front of them, and Tommy Chong, he heard Cheech, he's like, oh hey man, yeah, there's someone barfed in that seat. And so they leave, and Cheech gets mad. He's like, why did you tell him that? Didn't you? I just heard you tell that guy there was some barf on there. And Cheech gets pissed. He's like, God, man, this guy, the incredible shrinking brain, man. And then they comment like on big monsters movies, which was fun. Like there's a cop shooting, and Cheech goes, "That's a New York cop. Shoots first, asks questions later." I didn't know that was coming, and that made me laugh. Like, that's a New York cop. Shoot first, ask questions later. And like some of the other stuff they said during that was pretty damn funny. They do show Son of Godzilla, but they don't have Cheech and Chong or anyone really comment much. Well, they do say they looked at the little Godzilla, and Cheech does go, "E.T. phone home," or something like that. But they it was a missed opportunity to do more with Godzilla, but who knows? I mean, maybe they didn't want to make fun of Godzilla too much, because I like Godzilla as well. But you could have gone further. And I will admit, I remember on Facebook I posted the poster of this, and someone said this would have been a fun TV show. If Mystery Science Theater 3000 was John Candy and Cheech and Chong talk about these movies, I would watch the show. Because I will be honest, I'm not a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I've tried watching them. I just don't find their jokes that funny. I just don't find them as witty as other people do. But if it was Cheech and Chong and John Candy, or Cheech and Chong themselves, I would love to see that. I really would love to see that. And looking back on it, it would have been great if it was John Candy and Cheech and Chong commenting throughout the entire film, beginning and the end. If I was around if I was born early enough to be of age in '82, because I wasn't even born yet, and I had the power, I'd be like, hey, can you guys just comment through all these movies? I'll pay you more. But what we have here is pretty damn fun. And John Candy talks more about these movies and how low budget they were, and Bride of Monster, another Ed Wood film, gets mentioned. Dan Aykroyd hosts a segment called Brains. And Dan Aykroyd is very annoying. He's just very over the top as this guy who wants brains, like bugging for the camera. I didn't care for that. I like the clips of all these movies about killer brains. That was pretty funny. That's what I mean. The clips themselves are pretty funny. And as for the segments, like Cheech and Chong, John Candy were good. Gilda Radner, I was fine. I could take her or leave her, but hey, it's Gilda Radner. She didn't get to do too much. Passed away way too early, so I'm fine with that. Dan Aykroyd, honestly, you could have taken him out, replaced him with Bill Murray. That'd be great. Or just have Cheech and Chong do those, or John Candy do those. Honestly, like if I have any negatives, Dan Aykroyd is one of them. There's a handful of times I didn't mind him, like the scene he has with John Candy, with the Glenn or Glenda stuff. I don't mind that, but the rest, like Dan Aykroyd, could have been out of it. Just have John Candy or Cheech and Chong do those. But it seems like the movie knew that too, because you get quite a bit of Cheech and Chong. They come back again and getting high in the movies. And it's like all these people in the 50s and movies, and they smoke dope, and you realize how stupid they were, because I've never smoked weed. Never have. But I would imagine if you did that, you'd be mellow. When in the 50s when people did it, it looked like they were on fucking meth or crack. What's a crack? Crack. What's a crack? And I think that's why Cheech and Chong would make fun of them. They kind of mimic all these moves that they were doing. That was pretty damn funny. And then you have this one bit where Cheech and Chong sitting in the movie theater, and this rat's like on Chong, and I guess it was a pet of a woman behind them. And Cheech looks at it and goes, "Man, this 3D, they're making the 3D real. Give me another hit. Maybe we'll get 4D and a beaver will come off the screen." And they did, considering not as much as it used to, but there's a lot of 3D as well, so some of that stuff really works with today. And it was cool that at the end of the film, like Dan Aykroyd and John Candy drive off, and then Cheech and Chong drive, and they're actually in the truck they have in Nice Dreams, Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams, and they give Gilda Radner a ride, and they drive off the Hollywood set. I mean, it came from Hollywood. I guess technically you would call it a clip show, like a clip movie, kind of like, what was that one? Terror in the Isles, where you had Jamie Lee Curtis. Did you have Jamie Lee Curtis or Donald Pleasance? I forget now who did Terror in the Isles. God, it's been forever. I could just look it up, but it's in a way it's like that, where it's 80 minutes with a lot of clips, and once in a while people chime in on it. Only this time they're sort of having fun and making jokes and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I would love to have seen more of it. Yeah, Terror in the Isles, which was a 1984 one. Only this was clips from, it was a much more serious affair. Nancy Allen, that's what it was. Donald Pleasance and Nancy Allen, not Jamie Lee Curtis. But still, it was fun to watch these weird, funny clips from these movies in the 50s. And then the added bonus of Cheech and Chong and John Candy was 80 minutes well spent. It was a fun. I don't know if this is on DVD. If it is, I would love to grab it. If it's not, that's sad. Maybe because all the clips that were used. Yeah, this is a fun one. And it's on YouTube. And I'll even put the link down below for those who want to watch it. It's a fun watch. And it's not that long. And it's a good time. It brought a smile to my face. So, thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you later for another video. Bye-bye.